Right then, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. We are back again. It is a morning show, and we are going to be discussing the latest around Renato Sanchez. Arsenal given the green light to sign Renato Sanchez. Gigi Wijnaldum could be back in the Premier League, according to Sky Sport. It is Arsenal that want to bring him back. There is a big, huge boost there that Gigi Wijnaldum could be one of the midfielders Arsenal look at in the January transfer window. We'll be looking at that. Erik ten Hag again linked with Arsenal. Another manager, very experienced, very good manager. Of course, they're at Ajax, linked with Arsenal. The reports still indicating that Mikel Arteta will lose his job if things do not get better. And Erik ten Hag is one we are going to be discussing in this video. And obviously, Ramsdale has won man of the player of the month November. Does he deserve it? Yes, he does. We'll be diving into all that. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, parts of the world. Of course, welcome back to your channel. Welcome back to your boys' channel. This is the home of Arsenal football news, reactions, and of course, every video concerning Arsenal. This is where you'll find it. Of course, if you want to find any more news, any other updates, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and obviously hit that like button. Yesterday we got to 200 likes, guys. Thank you everybody who did that, who smashed the like button. This video should be getting there to 200 likes as well, so make sure you smash that like button. 200 likes is our target. Let's get to it, because the guys, let's start off with Aaron Ramsdale. Ramsdale did win player of the month November at Arsenal Football Club. Now, of course, guys, there were so many candidates there, but I think November, I'm not really very much impressed with November. Yes, we had a couple of wins there, and things like that. It was a little bit, it was the climax of our, honeymoon. It was the climax of our unbeaten run, and now December kicks in. But of course, Aaron Ramsdale there, winning player of the month in a second successive month there at Arsenal. He's one player that I'm gonna say is really doing well at the moment. A couple of players there in that team have actually declined in terms of what they've been providing on the table, but Aaron Ramsdale, not at one point in time. Yes, he's considered a couple of goals in the last few games, but you bet those goals are not actually errors from the goalkeeper. Those goals are not goals that you would say a goalkeeper has to save. It is the defense that is declining. The midfield is declining. Our forward line has already declined for 2 consecutive years. Ramsdale, for me, deserves better than any other player in that November to win player of the month. Voted there by the fans, 42% of the vote stating that Aaron Ramsdale was the better player for Arsenal in November. And of course, guys, for me, it is not just November. It is not just 1 month or 2 months. For me, Ramsdale, it is ever since he stepped into the Arsenal side and started being our first choice goalkeeper. He has really improved our defending. He has really improved our defense. He's really improved the team. He has the spirits high. He has the teamwork spirit. He has a lot of things we get from him, not just as a goalkeeper, but also as fans. He is really that Arsenal player that you feel has the, he has the heart, he has the spirit. He wants to be here. He wants to be playing for Arsenal Football Club. He knows what it means to be playing for Arsenal Football Club, for such a big team on such a big stage. He knows that is an opportunity, a rare opportunity that doesn't come, especially when you're a goalkeeper, because if Leno was on top of his game, Ramsdale would be not anywhere near to this Arsenal team, because he knows that this is the chance he has to take, and he has taken it, fighting with Pickford on England and also fighting Bandano, 2 very highly rated goalkeepers, but again beating them to their spots on the national team and at Arsenal. Look, guys, for me, Aaron Ramsdale is really unplayable. Fantastic as a goalkeeper. Giving him that player of the month in November, just well deserved. Obviously, well deserved. This month in December, I think we are yet to win a game in December. Of course, we've lost to Manchester United on the second day of this month, and then lost to Everton on the 6th day of this month. It is absolutely sickening. Again, if you ask me which player is already outstanding, which player is standing out in December, I'm going to say Aaron Ramsdale, because again he's made a couple of saves in the games we've lost already in December. He's really, really focused. He's there. One player that wants to always be appreciated, one player that always appreciates the efforts of the other teammates around him, and one player that I think really has got the quality to be performing at a top level. For me, Ramsdale at the moment, he starts in every Premier League team, whether it's City, whether it's Liverpool, whether it's Chelsea, whether it's Arsenal, whichever team you ask me. For me, Ramsdale starts in there. And of course, I would love to get your thoughts, guys, in the comments below. Do you think Aaron Ramsdale is the best player at Arsenal at the moment? And do you think November he was our best performing player? Because again, you might think about a couple of performances. Albasambila going there, maybe one or two good performances from him in that month. Maybe Saka, maybe Smith Rowe, maybe Martin Odegaard. Because again, Odegaard is on fire at the moment. You'd ask yourself, is Ramsdale really well deserved to win Player of the Month in November? For me, the answer is absolutely. Not a yes, not a plain yes, but the answer is absolutely yes. He is that player for me that deserves everything he got right there as a player who won our best player in November. So congratulations to you, my man, my big man, Aaron Ramsdale. Of course, I did doubt him before he signed for Arsenal. The price tag there was overwhelming. It's like we were signing a striker. It's like we were signing a midfielder. And I said, no, we can't go for a striker for this amount of money. But he has really proven me wrong. He is a good goalkeeper. He deserves to be playing for Arsenal, and he deserves a chance to, from the fans like me who never believed in him. But at the moment, I can tell you, I am absolutely obsessed. I'm absolutely happy with the performances Ramsdale is putting in there at Arsenal. I do not care how many goals and how much he concedes. What I know, he is a good goalkeeper, and he really cares about playing for Arsenal. Same attitude, same mentality, just as Kienteni. That attitude, the winner's mentality, the I do not want to lose mentality, that is the mindset you need with a club like Arsenal. And I think we have two players only with that mentality. It is Ramsdale and Kienteni. The rest of the players, yes, they might have some pigments of it. I can see Ben White there. I can see Gabriel really hurt when we lose a game. But for me, Kienteni's attitude and Ramsdale's attitude, they are never unmatched in that Arsenal side. But of course, guys, moving on to transfers and moving on to the latest around Arsenal in terms of transfers, pause a bit, smash a like on the video, get us to 200 likes right about now. Thanks everybody for doing that. Let's get to the latest around Arsenal and Renato Sanchez, which is quite interesting actually, because it's in a story that actually had died out for some time. Kulusevski there leading the rest, and of course the likes of Vlahovic, the likes of Zakaria coming back in the news. Renato Sanchez really quiet, links with him, and Arsenal very quiet, and now they are back. Now, according to Telefoot, via Team Talk, they are saying Arsenal have been given the green light to sign Renato Sanchez in the January transfer window in a deal that will cost us up to £25.6 million. That is 30 million euros. Now, that's according to Telefoot, and I want to pull you back. I want to take you back in time just 3 or 4 weeks ago when I reported the same exact story. When I reported that Arsenal were much interested in getting in Renato Sanchez, that was coming in from Fabrizio Romano. He said it might not be a deal that they do in the January transfer window because that maybe is a difficult one. The cost and of course the budget in January might not be the very best and favorable there, but of course they want him. They have considered him. He said there that AC Milan also want him. He also said Barcelona wanted him in the summer, and they would die to get him, get his signature there at the Camp Nou. But of course the big question, guys, now is we have been given the green light to sign Renato Sanchez, 25.6 million. Is this in January? Yes, according to Telefoot, they're saying Arsenal have been given the green light by Lille to sign Renato Sanchez in the January transfer window, and the deal will cost around 30 million euros. Then over to you guys. The big question now is to you. Do you think Arsenal should get Renato at 30 million euros in January? Do you think we need a midfielder like Renato? Yes, he's injury prone. I know that, and we'll try to dive into that maybe and see, do we actually need someone who's that injury prone? Do we need someone who actually gets injured every game? Every 3 games, every 4 games, he's always in the sick bay. Do you think we should be splashing money on such a player, such a talent, but again, such a big fan of the sick bay? 30 million euros, is he worth it? Because guys, if you look about it, and if we look critically about it, I think Renato Sanchez is the player we need. Arthur Melo, Renato Sanchez, you need that caliber of midfielder. I think every team has a player like that. Leicester City there with Yuri Tillemans, I really envy them. Chelsea with Kovacic, you really envy them. Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva and Ike Gundogan. At Manchester City, they have an awful lot of them. And of course, that Manchester United, Bruno Fernandes, maybe not that player, but again, Paul Pogba or Fred, again, those really very good ball progressive midfielders that really do it. Liverpool there, Jadon Henderson, they do have him. They have Thiago Alcantara, I was about to say Thiago Silva, and of course they do have another maestro there, another beautiful talent in Keita, Naby Keita, another box-to-box progressive creative midfielder. That is what we need, and that is what we are lacking. We have already said about Aubameyang not scoring goals. Of course, he's dead, he's finished. We've given him the chances to score the goals. He's actually not taking them. But of course, we are not really creating enough. We are not actually progressing that ball faster. The pace at which we are taking the ball forward, the pace at which we are actually troubling the opponent, the pace at which we are creating shots and problems for the opponent in their half is actually very low. I really love the free flowing football that we are playing. I really love the way Arsenal are playing and handling football at the moment. We are really looking like a team that is having a lot of progress. We are really looking like a team that will actually get better at some point in time. But my big problem with the Arsenal side is we play too slow. Yes, you could play at a very slow rate. I think Barcelona ever did play that. They control the ball, they freeze you, and then they play at that tiki-taka, that they play that tiki-taka at a very slow rate, and then you get frozen out, and then they will score huge amounts of goals. I think Spain do it. We've seen them in the Euros. They did freeze teams. They passed that ball not very fast, and of course not very slowly. But of course, again, Arsenal, our passing has no intent. Our passing is non-sharp. Our passing is actually very blunt. We need that player that can actually carry the ball into the dangerous area. We need that player that can actually think outside the box. And that's why I named players like Kovacic. And that's why I named players like Keita. They carry the ball into the dangerous areas and then create that that difference. They always have that different path, that different angle, and very different prism at which they look at things. I've always looked at Keita. One example is that Manchester United game when they were hammering Manchester United. He was absolutely lethal, releasing Mohamed Salah all the time, releasing Jota all the time, releasing Trent all the time, and obviously getting into those dangerous areas where he picked up. He picked himself a goal and also a couple of assists in that game. Really deadly player. And I see Renato Sanchez just like that. I see Renato Sanchez as that player, one player that can pick up the ball, drive it forward. And of course, maybe that's the reason why he picks up many injuries, because he loves having the ball, just like another Jack Wilshere. Give me the ball and I'm going to drive it forward. Give me the ball and I'm going to progress it forward and then find the right pass before we can actually get to score. I think Renato Sanchez, much needed at Arsenal. Really, not really the player, but I think the stature, I think what he offers and everything that about Renato Sanchez, we lack there at Arsenal Football Club. So according to Telefoot, yes, a deal has been, a deal has been laid. We have, been told bid and take him. 25.6 million should be doing the deal. Should we pay that? 30 million euros, 25.6 million pounds. Is that the money we should be paying? Should we get Renato Sanchez? Over to you guys in the comment box. And obviously, right about now, let's hit the like button, people. Let's hit it to 200 right there. Because when we hit the like button, we move to the next story, which is Gigi Wijnaldum to Arsenal. Now, this is quite interesting. I was not going to report this, but you know why I can't fail to report about it. It is from Sky Sport. It is from my main man, Sky Sports' biggest reporter, Kavi Soleko, saying that Arsenal Arsenal want Gigi Wijnaldum, and they will try to get this deal done in January. Really, really crazy from Cave, really crazy. But listen to this. They are saying Gigi Wijnaldum is thought to be an option for Arsenal, with PSG willing to listen to offers for him to go out on loan next month, and the player open to a very, 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 very sweet home comeback to the Premier League, according to Sky Sports' Cave Soloko. What do you think about this, guys? What do you think about Sky Sports Do Not Lie? Cave Soloko, for me, is one of the best reporters that we have in the world of football. Do you think Arsenal should go for Gigi Wijnaldum? I'll take a break. Because, guys, when I think about it, I do not understand. Yes, I can really wrap my hand around it. Why we want Gigi Wijnaldum? Because Pat is leaving in January, maybe. Because Elneny is leaving in January, maybe. Because a couple of players will be out, and of course we will be understaffed in terms of midfielders. We will be understaffed in terms of players there, because Pepe going out in January for AFCON. So is Thomas Partey, and so is Mohamed Elneny. Yes, some players will be leaving, but is Gigi Wijnaldum the kind of player, the quality that we want there at Arsenal? I'm really gonna disappoint you guys, because I'm gonna say yes, I'll take Gigi Wijnaldum. I would really take Gigi Wijnaldum at Arsenal. He is marvelous. He is absolutely marvelous. I like him. I really, really do. Of course, there is a big difference from the Gigi Wijnaldum we saw at Liverpool and the Gigi Wijnaldum we are seeing at the moment at PSG, and then the Gigi Wijnaldum that I really, really loved there at Newcastle. They're very, very different players. This is the Gigi Wijnaldum that only cares about money. Yes, I know he might say, I really do not care about money. I want to play football and things like that. But of course now, the reason as to why he didn't go for Barcelona and join PSG, it was because the money. He was given a bigger envelope there. He was given a bigger fee, a bigger sign-on fee, and things like that. And Arsenal at the moment, I cannot really guarantee Gigi Wijnaldum that we can give him the for a lot, that a lot of money that he wants to sign for, probably 200k per week, probably 300k per week. We already have one player on 300k per week, and it's becoming a big problem. He's already becoming a thorn in our boots. He's really a disgrace, and I'm talking about the Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. But of course, guys, if you think about it really closely, if you think about it really, 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 really passionately, Gigi Wijnaldum, does he provide something we do not have? I think he does. Obviously, he's one player that's actually becoming a mediocre because of his age and things like that. But again, for me, I don't think he deserves to be sitting on the bench there at PSG. He might not be able to start over the likes of Verratti there at PSG, and maybe coming back to the Premier League. Liverpool have already said they do not want him. They do not look to bring him back. Bring him back in. And for me, there is the moment when Arsenal can just get another top quality player on loan for 6 months and then just let him go in the summer. If you're not going to sign in a new midfielder, if you're not going to spend money on a midfielder in January, I don't want to see Arsenal mess around. This is a golden opportunity. This is an opportunity that comes once in a lifetime. Go there, get him in, get the man, Gigi Wijnaldum. Really, really much talent there from the Netherlands, Dutch international. I was about to say Netherlands international, but it doesn't really make sense. It's Dutch international, isn't it? So there, man. My man, Gigi Wijnaldum, really love him. I've always loved Gigi Wijnaldum. And of course, we were linked with him on a free transfer in the summer. Things never really, materialized. We never capitalized on that. He went out on PSG. And now PSG are more than willing to let any club have him, just like Man City are willing to have any club have Raheem Sterling. Do you think Gigi Wijnaldum is a fit at Arsenal? I'd like to know your comments there in the comments box. And obviously, the last story we will discuss is Erik ten Hag, a new manager. Arsenal looking at a new manager, and that is Erik ten Hag. Of course, there's so many managers that have been linked with guys, and of course, most of them have actually gone. If you look at Antonio Conte, has been taken, Thomas Tuchel taken right there by Chelsea, but now we have another one linked with us. Of course, Mikel Arteta's pressure is piling. Mikel Arteta's job is under immense serious pressure, and I cannot even say, guys, that I'm really bothered by the fact that Mikel Arteta is under pressure. He needs to do better. He needs to raise the standards of this team. 8th place for 2 consecutive seasons, that is not good enough. I do not believe that Arsenal should be finishing below top 5, below top 6. No. Yes, we could finish in the top 6, go there to Europa League and enjoy those very, very, very disturbing Thursday nights, ladies' night, things like that. I do not care anymore. That is where we are. That is the level at which we are. And I'm not going to stand here and see another manager take us below Europa League, take us to the UEFA Conference League. That is not in the picture. That is absolutely out of the line. If he wants to stay, he needs to keep us in the Europa League and at least show some effort to take us back there to the Champions League. But of course, if you talk about Erik ten Hag, just for 2-3 seconds, guys, before I log off, Ten Hag, for me, is another brilliant manager. Plays attacking football, plays pressing football, very entertaining football, and of course he has the philosophy that we are looking for. He has a philosophy that can actually excite this young talent that we have at the side. It's not Mikel Arteta only that can actually manage this team. For me, it's actually Mikel Arteta only that can fail to manage and inspire and tell these players what to do. If we can get Erik ten Hag, there could be a massive difference because I like him. And I know he can't do the job. Smash a like on the video, guys. Of course, do subscribe to the channel. Let's get this one to 200 likes right there. And obviously, let's subscribe because in January, we're having a lot of talk there in terms of transfers. Of course, in February, we'll be talking about the summer, March, April, May. We'll be preparing for the summer. If you do not want to miss that, make sure you hit the like button and make sure you leave the comments below. Just anyone, just one person, comment about my energy there in the comments box. And of course, I'll see you in the next one. We are back with the live streams today. I'll be live streaming at exactly, and I swear, at exactly today, I'll be live streaming at 4:30 p.m. Make sure you get that time, pin down, jot it down. Of course, I'm gonna set that live stream at 4 p.m. so that you guys can actually come and engage. And at exactly 4:30 p.m. I will be there. I'll definitely see you then.